Today is the day that is historically called Maundy Thursday. The term Maundy, taken from the Latin word for commandment or mandate. This is because this is the day in which we have the Last Supper scene, where Jesus both washes his disciples' feet, as well as instituting the Lord's Supper as a continual sacrament. Both of these are used to model what it looks like to love and be in communion with one another, loving service of one another, and feasting on the forgiveness that is in Jesus Christ. Matthew 26:26-29 reads, "Now as they were eating, Jesus took bread, and after blessing it, broke it and gave it to the disciples and said, 'Take, eat, this is my body.' And he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, 'Drink of it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.'" This was the time of the Jewish holiday, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the night that Jesus had dinner with his disciples was the dinner where the lamb would be slaughtered and eaten in remembrance of the very first Passover in Egypt. Jesus is showing that the first Passover in Egypt was but a foreshadowing of the true Passover, when the sins of all God's people would be forgiven, that God's true chosen lamb would take away the sins of the world. Just like the brittle unleavened bread, Jesus' body would be broken, and just like the bittersweet wine, his blood spilled, so that we would be forgiven of our sin and brought up out of slavery to sin and death into life and freedom. True communion with God must start with trusting Jesus' death in our place and seeking his forgiveness for our sins. True communion continues in daily partaking of this forgiveness and living into the freedom which was won for us. The forgiveness that is in Jesus Christ is one which we can feast on daily and never see the end of it. It is the only food which can truly satisfy the soul, for it brings healing and life in its giving.